Welcome back to my ongoing series on patching the generative PolyKrell. We're well over 20 videos. We've looked at all kinds of different ways to patch PolyKrells, and we've gotten into a pretty complex patch, quite possibly the largest patch ever documented. Last time around, we had looked at sequences and how I'm using them to control the patch. And then at the end of that section, we had a chance to hear something new that I've been working on in the background and that I'm now ready to add in to our patch. And we can hear it playing along with the melody part. So it's a whole new polyphonic voice part that I've put together. Let's take a look at what it is and how it is that I've managed to patch it up. But I'm sure if you've been following along with my videos, some of you have already guessed. And here it is. Just in case anybody happened to guess that we're listening to a Doepfer polyphonic 4-voice modular system, that is indeed what we've got going on. So to learn more about how I patched up this poly system, I'll pop a link in the video up on top to a series of videos that I did first thing this year, demonstrating how it is that I put this system together, what it does, and some patch examples to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Now, normally, the way that this system runs is it gets its control signals from the Doepfer polyphonic MIDI to CV interface. I'm just going to shut off our melody for a sec. So now we're listening to just the Doepfer poly. Now we're listening to it in mono, but of course it is a completely stereo synth. It's 4-voice polyphonic, but actually has 2 oscillators, 2 filters, 2 envelope generators, 2 sets of LFOs, crossfaders for all of the oscillator types, crossfaders to blend the 2 oscillator filter chains, and then all kinds of modulation and all kinds of controllers that are already patched in so that you can operate the whole synth. And I know it's a kind of a messy looking beast, but really you can move the sliders around, grab the knobs that you need to without having to repatch. Unless you're doing something wacky with it like I am now, normally with this system you don't have to repatch anything. You can just move all the sliders and the controllers, and from that regard it's a lot like having a regular analog poly synth. So I wanted to be able to add something to the PolyKrell patch that sounded like a full poly synth, that sort of had that lush kind of stringy sound that I could bring up in the background just as a contrast to what all the Krell voices are doing. But of course I wanted to also give it a little bit of shape to it and have it perform a little bit of its own Krellish kind of goodness so that we still stayed in the Krell territory. So I'm going to show you how it is that this polyphonic Doepfer system is patched into the rest of the Krellberg and how it is that it derives its pitches and its gates to be able to output notes. What I can tell you right away though is that what I've done is I've gone and I've patched into the regular Doepfer patching setup so that I'm not using the Doepfer MIDI to CV interface. Instead, I've come from the Krellberg with a bunch of cables so that I'm sending note pitch directly to the buff malts that drive the oscillators, and then sending gates to the 2 envelope generators and sending some control voltages to our velocity in the VCA stream, just so that we can control the gain of it. So let's take a quick look and see how it is that I did this. I hope that you've enjoyed this video series so far. Please join my Patreon to help me make more patches, more videos, and more music. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.